Hello and welcome everyone to the very first ISAB video of 2017. Let's start it off with a bang, with another one of these special modding videos. Today's game mode is gonna be quite simple in nature, in terms of what things I had to change, that is, but it's quite amazing how one little tweak can make things that much more exciting. And that is Hyperspeed mode, where the speed of all balloons are multiplied by whatever number I feel like. Starting out at 4 for these first games, but eventually ramping up to 10 times speed by the end of the video. So don't close that browser halfway into the video, cause you're gonna miss out on the best parts. Anyways, this time my friend Dildo Bike, his channel links in the description, is also using the same mod, so he is no longer a punching bag and he'll be on equal footing with me for these matches, or even having the advantage cause we both hit the randomize button this game and I got pretty unlucky with my tower loadout aside from the tack shooters, but hey, no need to try super hard when you're dicking around with these mods. In the end it's all for good fun. It may not be extremely noticeable to you, but this is indeed 4 times speed balloons. An easy way to tell this is the case is when 3 tack sprayers can't even defend a pink balloon, lol. Not to mention, this ring of fire can't even do shit to the lead balloons, rip me I guess. We're just warming up here, so let's up the difficulty with a hydro dam game. Another thing you might notice is I fiddled a bit with the chat boxes once more. Hopefully they're dank enough for you because me and Tyler are gonna be spamming the shit out of it all day long. Alright, let's just derail the topic away from the game for a brief moment, and talk about 2017. Let's start with YouTube goals for this year. If you've been following this channel for at least a year, then you may recall in an ancient video that I mentioned my goal for 2016 was to reach 25k subs, which you can quite obviously tell I achieved long ago. Perhaps I may have aimed a little too low last year cause I was already at 10k when I said that, so let's make a more reasonably difficult goal to achieve this time around for the end of 2017. So how about the silver play button, which if you aren't aware is a shiny piece of hardware YouTube sends to you when you hit 100,000 subs. So it's a little over 50,000 subs to gain in 12 months, or to put it into simpler terms, a slightly over 4,000 subs a month pace. I think that's doable, guys. What do you think? I mean, as long as I can keep up the insane pace I've been going at for the past month or so, I should smash the shit out of that goal. Though knowing the way YouTube works, there's bound to be a lot of ups and downs along the way. But hey, if a guy cutting coke with a below 1000-degree knife can get 1 million subs in a week, why can't a robot playing video games and spewing the dunkest of memes get 50,000 subs within a year? On a serious note though, hitting 100k would mean the world to me, so if you aren't subbed yet and are watching this far, then why not help me get 0.001% closer to that goal? Apologies for selling out 2 videos in a row, that's quite uncharacteristic of me to do that, but hey, who doesn't want free shit from one of the biggest companies in the world? Okay, so let's get back to the game, because here comes the real meat of the burger. 10 times speed balloons. Jesus Christ, look at those red balloons go. I can't imagine how fast pinks could be at this rate. Tyler's engineer couldn't even keep up with red balloons, for crying out loud, and that is how ridiculous multiplying the speed by 10 is, boys. That's why we're on Battle Park and also gaining triple the money as usual. Cause no way Jose is anyone gonna survive very long if we keep it at normal rules. In fact, even regular Battle Park would be overbearing. If you didn't notice yet, which most of you probably didn't since the balloons went by way too fast for it to register through your tiny brains, I actually modified this version of BP so that instead of balloons looping around the middle one time, they go around another 3 times for a total of 4 loops. But yeah, even then this shit is still hard as fuck cause they're too fast 5 me. That's why you'll notice I went for the all-stalling loadout of Chipper, Ice and Ninja. If I recall correctly, both the Ninja and Ice ability slows the balloons in half, So at best I can get the balloons to as low as 2.5 times faster than normal, still pretty fast, but at least that's more bearable than 10. Just gonna derail the topic again cause I forgot this adequately important announcement at the beginning. I should mention that I'll be slowing down the rate of uploads from now on. I've been keeping a pretty solid 1 per 2 days pace during the winter holidays, but sadly it's already over for us Canadians up north, so it's gonna go back to how it normally was before the break with a 1 per 3 days pace hopefully. I say hopefully because I can't guarantee anything. Sometimes the gap stretched between 4 and 7 days last semester cause I was busy as hell, and it's not looking any easier on my brain this semester either, so don't be too surprised if I pull the same shit in the future. The mods and going back to trying silly challenges have certainly kept my interest in making videos at a yearly high, so perhaps not. Back to the game again. I've been slightly speeding up the footage this whole time so to give you a glimpse of how the game played out in real time for us to let me slow it down to 1x, and it's exactly like you expected. Bloons flying by at lightning speeds and overwhelming the shit out of Tyler. Dank indeed, my brother. So far we've only tested the early stages of the game, but I'm sure a lot of you are eager to see how it's like to defend Moab-class balloons on this 10x mode, and to that I say watch this current game and the next one which I'll stick at the end. That's gonna end it for me. Before I go I must also announce that I'm gonna be away this weekend, so what I'm planning to do to keep my current schedule pace is to upload a scheduled video on Sunday. I've used that feature before, but every time I used it, some shit hit the fan, like the thumbnail not showing up for example, so hopefully things will go smoothly this coming weekend because I won't be there to fix it, at least not right when the video is released. That is all. More modding videos on the way, but I'll be sure to mix in some normal videos without mods as well to appease both sides. I also haven't asked for likes in a while, so I will do so right now. By a while I mean 1.5 weeks. Have a hypersonic day. I should warn you that what's to come is gonna be the most overplayed song on this channel, but let this one slide guys, the name of the song is just too fitting to pass up on.